أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of Allah, most benevolent, ever merciful.
ولا تجادلوا أهل الكتاب إلا بالتي هي أحسن إلا الذين ظلموا منهم وقولوا آمنا بالذي أنزل إلينا وأنزل إليكم وإلهنا وإلهكم واحد ونحن له مسلمون.
Do not argue with the people of the book unless in a fair way, apart from those who act wrongly, and say to them, we believe what has been sent down to us, and we believe what has been sent down to you. Our God and your God is one, and to him we submit.
وكذلك أنزلنا إليك الكتاب فالذين آتيناهم الكتاب يؤمنون به ومن هؤلاء من يؤمن به وما يجحد بآياتنا إلا الكافرون.
That is how we have revealed this book to you, and those to whom we have sent down the book will believe in it. Only those who are infidels will deny it.
وما كنت تتلو من قبله من كتاب ولا تخطه بيمينك إذا لارتاب المبطلون.
You did not read any scripture before this, nor wrote one with your right hand, or else these dissemblers would have found a cause to doubt it.
بل هو آيات بينات في صدور الذين أوتوا العلم وما يجحد بآياتنا إلا الظالمون.
In fact, in the minds of those who have intelligence, these are clear signs. No one denies our revelations except those who are unjust.
وقالوا لولا أنزل عليه آيات من ربه قل إنما الآيات عند الله وإنما أنا نذير مبين.
For they say, how is it no signs were sent down to him from his Lord? Say, the signs are with God. I am only a warner, plain and simple.
أولم يكفهم أنا أنزلنا عليك الكتاب يتلى عليهم إن في ذلك لرحمة وذكرى لقوم يؤمنون.
Is it not sufficient for them that we have revealed the book to you which is read out to them? It is indeed a grace and reminder for people who believe.
قل كفى بالله بيني وبينكم شهيدا يعلم ما في السماوات والأرض والذين آمنوا بالباطل وكفروا بالله أولئك هم الخاسرون.
Say, God is sufficient as witness between me and you. He knows what is in the heavens and the earth. It is those who believe in falsehood and disbelieve in good who will perish.
ويستعجلونك بالعذاب ولولا أجل مسمى لجاءهم العذاب وليأتينهم بغتة وهم لا يشعرون.
They want you to hasten the punishment, but for a time already determined the punishment would have come upon them. It will come upon them all too suddenly, and they will be caught unawares.
يستعجلونك بالعذاب وإن جهنم لمحيطة بالكافرين.
They want you to hasten the punishment. Hell will indeed surround the unbelievers.
يوم يغشاهم العذاب من فوقهم ومن تحت أرجلهم ويقول ذوقوا ما كنتم تعملون.
The day the punishment comes upon them from above and underneath their feet, God will say, and now taste of what you had done.
يا عبادي الذين آمنوا إن أرضي واسعة فإياي فاعبدون.
O my creatures who believe, surely my earth has plenty of scope, and so worship only me.
كل نفس ذائقة الموت ثم إلينا ترجعون.
Every soul shall taste death. Then you shall be brought back to us.
والذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات لنبوئنهم من الجنة غرفا تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها نعم أجر العاملين.
We shall admit those who believe and do the right to empyreal gardens with rivers rippling by, where they will abide forever. How excellent the guerdon of those who toil.
الذين صبروا وعلى ربهم يتوكلون.
Who persevere and place their trust in their Lord.
وكأي من دابة لا تحمل رزقها الله يرزقها وإياكم وهو السميع العليم.
How many living things there are on the earth that do not store their food. God provides them as well as you. He is all hearing and all knowing.
وَلَئِن سَأَلْتَهُم مَّنْ خَلَقَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ وَسَخَّرَ الشَّمْسَ وَالْقَمَرَ لَيَقُولُنَّ اللَّهُ فَأَنَّىٰ يُؤْفَكُونَ.
If you ask them, who created the heavens and the earth, and who set the sun and the moon to work, they will answer, God. Why then do they vacillate?
الله يبسط الرزق لمن يشاء من عباده ويقدر له إن الله بكل شيء عليم.
God increases the means of those of his creatures as he please, or limits them for whomsoever he will. He is certainly cognizant of everything.
وَلَئِن سَأَلْتَهُم مَّن نَّزَّلَ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مَاءً فَأَحْيَا بِهِ الْأَرْضَ مِن بَعْدِ مَوْتِهَا لَيَقُولُنَّ اللَّهُ قُلِ الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ بَلْ أَكْثَرُهُمْ لَا يَعْقِلُونَ.
If you ask them, who sends down rain from the sky and quickens the earth when it is dead, they will answer, God. Say, all praise be to God, but most of them do not understand.
وما هذه الحياة الدنيا إلا لهو ولعب وإن الدار الآخرة لهي الحيوان لو كانوا يعلمون.
The life of this world is only a sport and play. It is surely the home of the hereafter that will indeed be life extended and new, if only they knew.
فإذا ركبوا في الفلك دعوا الله مخلصين له الدين فلما فلما نجاهم إلى البر إذا هم يشركون.
When they board a ship, they call on God, placing their faith wholly in Him. But when He brings them safely back to shore, they begin to associate others with Him.
ليكفروا بما آتيناهم وليتمتعوا فسوف يعلمون.
And deny what we had given them, in order to go on enjoying themselves. They will come to know soon.
أولم يروا أنا جعلنا حرما آمنا ويتخطف الناس من حولهم أفبالباطل يؤمنون وبنعمة الله يكفرون.
Do they not see that we have given them a safe sanctuary, while all around them men are being despoiled? Do they then believe what is false and deny the bounty of God?
ومن أظلم ممن افترى على الله كذبا أو كذب بالحق لما جاءه أليس في جهنم مثوى للكافرين.
Who is more unjust than he who fabricates a lie about God, or denies the truth when it has come to him? Is there not an abode for unbelievers in hell?
والذين جاهدوا فينا لنهدينهم سبلنا وإن الله لمع المحسنين.
We shall guide those who strive in our cause to the paths leading straight to us. Surely God is with those who do good.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of Allah, most benevolent, ever merciful.
ألف لام ميم.
Alif, Lam, Mim.
غلبت الروم في أدنى الأرض وهم من بعد غلبهم سيغلبون في بضع سنين لله الأمر من قبل ومن بعد ويومئذ يفرح المؤمنون بنصر الله ينصر من يشاء وهو العزيز الرحيم.
The Romans have been conquered in the neighboring land, but having been conquered, they will conquer. In a few years, less than 10, God's is the imperative first and last. On that day, the believers will rejoice. In the help of God, He helps whom He will. He is almighty, ever merciful.
وعد الله لا يخلف الله وعده ولكن أكثر الناس لا يعلمون.
It is a promise of God, and God does not go back on His promise. Yet most men do not understand.
يعلمون ظاهرا من الحياة الدنيا وهم عن الآخرة هم غافلون.
They only know the palpable life of this world and are oblivious of the hereafter.
أولم يتفكروا في أنفسهم ما خلق الله السماوات والأرض وما بينهما إلا بالحق وأجل مسمى وإن كثيرا من الناس بلقاء ربهم لكافرون.
Do they not think for themselves that God did not create the heavens and the earth and all that lies between them without reason and a determined purpose? But many men reject the meeting with their Lord.
أولم يسيروا في الأرض فينظروا كيف كان عاقبة الذين من قبلهم كانوا أشد منهم قوة وأثاروا الأرض وعمروها أكثر مما عمروها وجاءتهم رسلهم بالبينات فما كان الله ليظلمهم ولكن كانوا أنفسهم يظلمون.
Have they not travelled on the earth and seen how the others before them had met their end? They were far more powerful than them, furrowed the earth and colonized it far more than they, and their apostles came to them with visible signs. It was surely not for God to wrong them. They wronged themselves.
ثم كان عاقبة الذين أساءوا السوء أن كذبوا بآيات الله وكانوا بها يستهزئون.
Therefore, evil was the end of those who did evil, for they denied the signs of God and made fun of them.
الله يبدأ الخلق ثم يعيده ثم إليه ترجعون.
God originates creation and then will revert it. Then you will go back to Him.
ويوم تقوم الساعة يبلس المجرمون.
The day the resurrection comes, the sinners will be overwhelmed with despair.
ولم يكن لهم من شركائهم شفعاء وكانوا بشركائهم كافرين.
No intercessor will they have among those they associated with God, and will reject their partners.
ويوم تقوم الساعة يومئذ يتفرقون.
The day the hour comes, they will be separated into categories.
فأما الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فهم في روضة يحبرون.
Those who believed and did the right will be feasted in a rich, well-watered meadow.
وأما الذين كفروا وكذبوا بآياتنا ولقاء الآخرة فأولئك في العذاب محضرون.
Those who did not believe and rejected our signs and the meeting in the hereafter will be given over to punishment.
فسبحان الله حين تمسون وحين تصبحون.
So extol God when the evening comes and the day dawns.
وله الحمد في السماوات والأرض وعشيا وحين تظهرون.
For His is the praise in the heavens and the earth, and at nightfall and the time of noon.
يخرج الحي من الميت ويخرج الميت من الحي ويحيي الأرض بعد موتها وكذلك تخرجون.
He brings the living from the dead from the living, and quickens the earth after it had died. So will you be brought forth from the dead.
ومن آياته أن خلقكم من تراب ثم إذا أنتم بشر تنتشرون.
Among His signs is that He created you from the earth, and you are now human beings dispersed everywhere.
ومن آياته أن خلق لكم من أنفسكم أزواجا لتسكنوا إليها وجعل بينكم مودة ورحمة إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يتفكرون.
Another of his signs is that he created mates of your own kind of yourselves, so that you may get peace of mind from them, and has put love and compassion between you. Verily there are signs in this for those who reflect.
ومن آياته خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف ألسنتكم وألوانكم إن في ذلك لآيات للعالمين.
Among other signs of his is the creation of the heavens and the earth, and the variety of your tongues and complexions. Surely there are signs in this for those who understand.
ومن آياته منامكم بالليل والنهار وابتغاؤكم من فضله إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يسمعون.
Another of his signs is the night, a time for you to sleep, and the day to seek his bounty. Verily there are signs in this for those who pay heed.
ومن آياته يريكم البرق خوفا وطمعا وينزل من السماء ماء فيحيي به الأرض بعد موتها إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يعقلون.
Another of his signs is the lightning he shows to fill you both with dread and hope, and the water he sends down from the sky, which reawakens the earth that was dead. There are indeed signs in this for those who have sense.
ومن آياته أن تقوم السماء والأرض بأمره ثم إذا دعاكم دعوة من الأرض إذا أنتم تخرجون.
Another of his signs is that the heavens and the earth stay in position by his command. And then, when he will call you once, you will come out of the earth.
وله من في السماوات والأرض كل له قانتون.
All those who are in the heavens and the earth are his, and they are all obedient to him.
وهو الذي يبدأ الخلق ثم يعيده وهو أهون عليه وله المثل الأعلى في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم.
It is he who first creates and then reverts it. This is how his law works inevitably. His semblance is of the most sublime in the heavens and the earth. He is almighty and all-wise.
ضرب لكم مثلا من أنفسكم هل لكم مما ملكت أيمانكم من شركاء فيما رزقناكم فأنتم فيه سواء تخافونهم كخيفتكم أنفسكم كذلك نفصل الآيات لقوم يعقلون.
He gives you an example from your own life. Do you possess among your dependents any partners in what we have bestowed on you, so that you and they have equal share in it, and that you fear them as you fear each other? That is how we explain our signs clearly for those who comprehend.
بل اتبع الذين ظلموا أهواءهم بغير علم فمن يهدي من أضل الله وما لهم من ناصرين.
And yet the wicked follow their own lusts without understanding. Who can show the way to those whom God allows to go astray? none will they have to help them.
فأقم وجهك للدين حنيفا فطرة الله التي فطر الناس عليها لا تبديل لخلق الله ذلك الدين القيم ولكن أكثر الناس لا يعلمون.
So keep yourself exclusively on the true way, the creational law of God according to which He created man with the quality of choosing right or wrong. There is no altering of God's creation. This is the supreme law, but most men do not understand.
منيبين إليه واتقوه وأقيموا الصلاة ولا تكونوا من المشركين.
Turn towards Him and be dutiful to Him. Be firm in devotion and do not become an idolater.
من الذين فرقوا دينهم وكانوا شيعا كل حزب بما لديهم فرحون.
Or one of those who created rifts in their order and are divided into sects, with each group exulting in what it has carved out for itself.
وإذا مس الناس ضر دعوا ربهم منيبين إليه ثم إذا أذاقهم منه رحمة إذا فريق منهم بربهم يشركون.
When misfortune befalls men, they pray to their Lord and turn to Him. But afterwards, when He has given them a taste of His benevolence, a section of them begins to ascribe compeers to their Lord.
ليكفروا بما آتيناهم فتمتعوا فسوف تعلمون.
So as to deny what we have given them, please yourselves for a time. You will come to know soon.
أم أنزلنا عليهم سلطانا فهو يتكلم بما كانوا به يشركون.
Have we sent down a charter to them which mentions what they associate with Him?
وإذا أذقنا الناس رحمة فرحوا بها وإن تصبهم سيئة بما قدمت أيديهم إذا هم يقنطون.
When we give men a taste of our benevolence, they start rejoicing in it. When misfortune befalls them as a result of what they have done themselves, they begin to despair.
أولم يروا أن الله يبسط الرزق لمن يشاء ويقدر إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يؤمنون.
Do they not see God increases or decreases the means of whosoever He please? Verily there are signs in this for those who believe.
فآت ذا القربى حقه والمسكين وابن السبيل ذلك خير للذين يريدون وجه الله وأولئك هم المفلحون.
So, give their share to the relatives, the needy and the wayfarers. This is best for those who seek the way that leads to God, and they will be successful.
وما آتيتم من ربا ليربو في أموال الناس فلا يربو عند الله وما آتيتم من زكاة تريدون وجه الله فأولئك هم المضعفون.
What you give on interest to increase your capital through others' wealth does not find increase with God. Yet what you give in alms and charity with a pure heart, seeking the way of God, will be double.
الله الذي خلقكم ثم رزقكم ثم يميتكم ثم يحييكم هل من شركائكم من يفعل من ذلكم من شيء سبحانه وتعالى عما يشركون.
It is God who created you, then gave you sustenance. Then He will make you die and bring you back to life. Is there one among those you associate with Him who can do the least of these things? Too high and exalted is He for what they associate with Him.
ظهر الفساد في البر والبحر بما كسبت أيدي الناس ليذيقهم بعض الذي عملوا لعلهم يرجعون.
Corruption has spread over land and sea from what men have done themselves, that they may taste a little of what they have done. They may happily come back to the right path.
قل سيروا في الأرض فانظروا كيف كان عاقبة الذين من قبل كان أكثرهم مشركين.
Say, travel on the earth and see how came the end of those before you. Most of them were idolaters.
فأقم وجهك للدين القيم من قبل أن يأتي يوم لا مرد له من الله يومئذ يصدعون.
So set your face towards the straight path before the day arrives from God, which is irreversible. Men will be segregated on that day.
من كفر فعليه كفره ومن عمل صالحا فلأنفسهم يمهدون.
So that he who disbelieves will bear the consequences of his unbelief, and he who does the right will straighten out the way for himself.
ليجزي الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات من فضله إنه لا يحب الكافرين.
So that God may reward those who believed and did what was good by His grace. Surely He does not love unbelievers.
ومن آياته أن يرسل الرياح مبشرات وليذيقكم من رحمته ولتجري الفلك بأمره ولتبتغوا من فضله ولعلكم تشكرون.
Among His signs are the breezes He sends as harbingers of happy news, so that He may allow you to taste of His mercy, and that ships may sail by His command, and you may seek of His bounty, and may haply be grateful.
ولقد أرسلنا من قبلك رسلا إلى قومهم فجاءوهم بالبينات فانتقمنا من الذين أجرموا وكان حقا علينا نصر المؤمنين.
Verily we sent many apostles before you to their people, who brought clear signs with them. Then we retributed those who were sinful. It is a duty incumbent on us to help the believers.
الله الذي يرسل الرياح فتثير سحابا فيبسطه في السماء كيف يشاء ويجعله كسفا فترى الودق يخرج من خلاله فإذا أصاب به من يشاء من عباده إذا هم يستبشرون.
It is God who sends the breezes that raise clouds, then spreads them over the sky as He please, fold on fold. Then you see the drops of rain issue from between them. When He sends it down to those of His creatures as He will, they are filled with joy.
وإن كانوا من قبل أن ينزل عليهم من قبله لمبلسين.
Although before it came down they were despondent.
فانظر إلى آثار رحمة الله كيف يحيي الأرض بعد موتها إن ذلك لمحيي الموتى وهو على كل شيء قدير.
So consider the signs of his benevolence, how he quickens the earth after it had become waste. He is verily the one who will raise the dead. He has power over everything.
ولئن أرسلنا ريحا فرأوه مصفرا لظلوا من بعده يكفرون.
If we send a blighting wind and they see the earth seared autumnal, they would surely become ungrateful.
فإنك لا تسمع الموتى ولا تسمع الصم الدعاء إذا ولوا مدبرين.
You cannot make the dead to listen nor the deaf to hear the call when they have turned back and retreated.
وما أنت بهاد العمي عن ضلالتهم إن تسمع إلا من يؤمن بآياتنا فهم مسلمون.
Nor can you make the blind see the way when they have gone astray. You can make none hear except those who believe our signs and have come to submission.
الله الذي خلقكم من ضعف ثم جعل من بعد ضعف قوة ثم جعل من بعد قوة ضعفا وشيبة يخلق ما يشاء وهو العليم القدير.
It is God who created you of weakness, then after weakness gave you strength, then after strength will give you weakness and grey hair. Surely he makes whatever he wills. He is all-knowing and all-powerful.
ويوم تقوم الساعة يقسم المجرمون ما لبثوا غير ساعة كذلك كانوا يؤفكون.
The day resurrection is set, the sinners will swear, we did not tarry more than an hour and cannot be guilty. That is how they have always been deceived.
وقال الذين أوتوا العلم والإيمان لقد لبثتم في كتاب الله إلى يوم البعث فهذا يوم البعث ولكنكم كنتم لا تعلمون.
But those who were given the knowledge and belief will say, you have tarried, according to the book of God, as long as the day of resurrection, and this is the day of resurrection, but you do not know.
فيومئذ لا ينفع الذين ظلموا معذرتهم ولا هم يستعتبون.
Their excuses will be of no avail to the sinners on that day, and they will not be allowed to beg for favor.
ولقد ضربنا للناس في هذا القرآن من كل مثل ولئن جئتهم بآية ليقولن الذين كفروا إن أنتم إلا مبطلون.
We have offered every kind of example here in this Quran to men. Even then, if you bring a verse to them, those who disbelieve say, you are nothing but a liar.
كذلك يطبع الله على قلوب الذين لا يعلمون.
That is how God seals the hearts of those who do not know.
فاصبر إن وعد الله حق ولا يستخفنك الذين لا يوقنون.
So have patience. The promise of God is surely true. And let not those who do not believe make you relax your endeavors.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of Allah, most benevolent, ever merciful.
ألف لام ميم.
Alif Lam Mim.
تلك آيات الكتاب الحكيم.
These are the verses of the sagacious book.
هدى ورحمة للمحسنين.
And a guidance and grace for those who do good.
الذين يقيمون الصلاة ويؤتون الزكاة وهم بالآخرة هم يوقنون.
Who are constant in devotion, pay the zakat, and are certain of the hereafter.
أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون.
They are on guidance from their Lord and will prosper.
ومن الناس من يشتري لهو الحديث ليضل عن سبيل الله بغير علم ويتخذها هزوا أولئك لهم عذاب مهين.
But among men are also those who spread frivolous stories to mislead others from the way of God without any knowledge and take it lightly. For such as these, the nemesis will be shameful.
وإذا تتلى عليه آياتنا ولى مستكبرا كأن لم يسمعها كأن في أذنيه وقرا فبشره بعذاب أليم.
When our verses are recited before them, they turn away haughtily as though they did not hear them, as if a deafness had come into their ears. So give them tidings of a shameful punishment.
إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات لهم جنات النعيم خالدين فيها وعد الله حقا وهو العزيز الحكيم.
Surely for those who believe and do the right are pleasure gardens. They will abide in them forever. The promise of God is true, and He is almighty and all-wise.
خلق السماوات بغير عمد ترونها وألقى في الأرض رواسي أن تميد بكم وبث فيها من كل دابة وأنزلنا من السماء ماء فأنبتنا فيها من كل زوج كريم.
He created the skies without a support, as you can see, and placed stabilizers in the earth that you may dwell at ease as it revolves, and dispersed on it all varieties of creatures. And He sent down water from the skies, and grew all kinds of splendid things upon it.
هذا خلق الله فأروني ماذا خلق الذين من دونه بل الظالمون في ضلال مبين.
Such is God's creation. Show me now what those they worship beside Him have created. Surely the evildoers are in clear error.
ولقد آتينا لقمان الحكمة أن اشكر لله ومن يشكر فإنما يشكر لنفسه ومن كفر فإن الله غني حميد.
We bestowed wisdom on Luqman, that he may be grateful to God. Whosoever is grateful is so for his own good, And whoever is ungrateful should remember that God is above all concern, worthy of praise.
وإذ قال لقمان لابنه وهو يعظه يا بني لا تشرك بالله إن الشرك لظلم عظيم.
Remember when Luqman counseled his son, O son, do not associate anyone with God. To associate others with God is a grievous wrong.
ووصينا الإنسان بوالديه حملته أمه وهنا على وهن وفصاله في عامين أن اشكر لي ولوالديك إلي المصير.
We have committed man about his parents. His mother carries him in her womb in weakness and debility, weaning him in 2 years. So he should be grateful to me and his parents. To me is the journeying back.
وإن جاهداك على أن تشرك بي ما ليس لك به علم فلا تطعهما وصاحبهما في الدنيا معروفا واتبع سبيل من أناب إلي ثم إلي مرجعكم فأنبئكم بما كنتم تعملون.
If they try to force you to associate with me that of which you have no knowledge, do not obey them. Live with them honorably in the world, but follow the way of him who turns to me. Your returning is to me in the end, when I will tell you what you did.
يا بني إنها إن تك مثقال حبة من خردل فتكن في صخرة أو في السماوات أو في الأرض يأت بها الله إن الله لطيف خبير.
O my son, whatsoever it may be, even though equal to a mustard seed in weight, or within a rock, or in the sky, or in the earth, God will bring it forth. Verily God is perceptive, all aware.
يا بني أقم الصلاة وأمر بالمعروف وانه عن المنكر واصبر على ما أصابك إن ذلك من عزم الأمور.
O my son, fulfill your moral obligations. Bid what is known to be right and forbid what is wrong, and bear with patience what befalls you. These are indeed acts of courage and resolve.
ولا تصعد خدك للناس ولا تمش في الأرض مرحا إن الله لا يحب كل مختال فخور.
Do not hold men in contempt, and do not walk with hauteur on the earth. Verily God does not like the proud and boastful.
واقصد في مشيك واغضض من صوتك إن أنكر الأصوات لصوت الحمير.
Be moderate in your bearing and keep your voice low. Surely the most repulsive voice is the donkey's.
ألم تروا أن الله سخر لكم ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وأسبغ عليكم نعمه ظاهرة وباطنة ومن الناس من يجادل في الله بغير علم ولا هدى ولا كتاب منير.
Have you not seen that God has subjugated what is in the heavens and the earth to you, and bestowed his favors, external and esoteric, in abundance on you, and yet there are men who contend about God without any knowledge or guidance or the book enlightening.
وإذا قيل لهم اتبعوا ما أنزل الله قالوا بل نتبع ما وجدنا عليه آباءنا أولو كان الشيطان يدعوهم إلى عذاب السعير.
When you ask them to follow what God has revealed, they say, "No, we shall follow what we found our ancestors following, even though the devil were calling them to the torment of hell."
ومن يسلم وجهه إلى الله وهو محسن فقد استمسك بالعروة الوثقى وإلى الله عاقبة الأمور.
He who turns his face to God in submission and does good holds fast to a handle that is strong, for the resultance of things rests with God.
ومن كفر فلا يحزنك كفره إلينا مرجعهم فننبئهم بما عملوا إن الله عليم بذات الصدور.
So do not let the unbelief of disbelievers grieve you. They will be brought back to us, when we shall tell them what they used to do. Whatever is in their hearts is known to God.
نمتعهم قليلا ثم نضطرهم إلى عذاب غليظ.
We let them enjoy themselves only for a while. Then we shall drag them to a severe punishment.
ولئن سألتهم من خلق السماوات والأرض ليقولن الله قل الحمد لله بل أكثرهم لا يعلمون.
If you ask them, who created the heavens and the earth, they will surely answer, God. Say, all praise be to God, but most of them do not understand.
لله ما في السماوات والأرض إن الله هو الغني الحميد.
To God belongs what is in the heavens and the earth. Verily, He is all-sufficient, worthy of praise.
ولو أن ما في الأرض من شجرة أقلام والبحر يمده من بعده 7 أبحر ما نفدت كلمات الله إن الله عزيز حكيم.
If all the trees on the earth were pens, and the sea replenished with 7 more seas were ink, the words of Allah would not be spent. Indeed, Allah is Almighty, All-Wise.
ما خلقكم ولا بعثكم إلا كنفس واحدة إن الله سميع بصير.
Your creation and resurrection is but like that of a single cell. Verily, He is all-hearing and all-seeing.
ألم تر أن الله يولج الليل في النهار ويولج النهار في الليل وسخر الشمس والقمر كل يجري إلى أجل مسمى وأن الله بما تعملون خبير.
Have you not regarded that Allah makes the night pass into the day, and makes the day pass into the night, and He has disposed the sun and the moon, each moving for a specified term, and that Allah is well aware of what you do?
ذلك بأن الله هو الحق وأن ما يدعون من دونه الباطل وأن الله هو العلي الكبير.
That is so, for God is the reality, and what they invoke other than Him is illusion. Indeed, God is all high and supreme.
ألم تر أن الفلك تجري في البحر بنعمة الله ليريكم من آياته إن في ذلك لآيات لكل صبار شكور.
Do you not see that the ships sail in the ocean by the grace of God, that he may show you some of his glories? Verily there are signs in this for those who are constant and give thanks.
وإذا غشيهم موج كالظلل دعوا الله مخلصين له الدين فلما نجاهم إلى البر فمنهم مقتصد وما يجحد بآياتنا إلا كل ختار كفور.
When the waves overshadow them like a canopy, they pray to God with all-exclusive faith in Him. But after He has safely brought them to the shore, there are some who vacillate between doubt and belief. But no one rejects our signs except those who are perverse and disbelieve.
يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم واخشوا يوما لا يجزي والد عن ولده ولا مولود هو جاز عن والده شيئا إن وعد الله حق فلا تغرنكم الحياة الدنيا ولا يغرنكم بالله الغرور.
O people, fear your Lord and dread the day when no father will avail a son, nor son his father. Truly the promise of God is true. Do not be deluded by the life of this world, and do not let the deceiver draw you away from God.
إن الله عنده علم الساعة وينزل الغيث ويعلم ما في الأرحام وما تدري نفس ماذا تكسب غدا وما تدري نفس بأي أرض تموت إن الله عليم خبير.
Only God has the knowledge of the hour. He sends rain from the heavens and knows what is in the mother's wombs. No one knows what he will do on the morrow. No one knows in what land he will die. Surely God knows and is cognizant.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of Allah, most benevolent, ever merciful.
ألف لام ميم.
Alif, Lam, Mim.
تنزيل الكتاب لا ريب فيه من رب العالمين.
The revelation of this book, free of doubt and involution, is from the Lord of all the worlds.
أم يقولون افتراه بل هو الحق من ربك لتنذر قوما ما أتاهم من نذير من قبلك لعلهم يهتدون.
Or do they say he has fabricated it? In fact, it is the truth from your Lord, so that you may warn the people to whom no admonisher was sent before you. They may happily come to guidance.
الله الذي خلق السماوات والأرض وما بينهما في 6 أيام ثم استوى على العرش ما لكم من دونه من ولي ولا شفيع أفلا تتذكرون.
It is God who created the heavens and the earth and all that lies between them in 6 spans, then assumed all authority. You have no protector other than Him, nor any intercessor. Will you not be warned even then?
يدبر الأمر من السماء إلى الأرض ثم يعرج إليه في يوم كان مقداره 1000 سنة مما تعدون.
He regulates all affairs from high to low. Then they rise to perfection step by step in a heavenly day whose measure is 1,000 years of your reckoning.
ذلك عالم الغيب والشهادة العزيز الرحيم.
Such is he, the knower of the unknown and the known, the mighty and the merciful.
الذي أحسن كل شيء خلقه وبدأ خلق الإنسان من طين.
Who made all things he created excellent and first fashioned man from clay.
ثم جعل نسله من سلالة من ماء مهين.
Then made his offspring from the extract of base fluid.
ثم سواه ونفخ فيه من روحه وجعل لكم السمع والأبصار والأفئدة قليلا ما تشكرون.
Then proportioned and breathed into him of his spirit, and gave you the senses of hearing, sight, and feeling, and yet how little are the thanks you offer.
وقالوا أإذا ضللنا في الأرض أإنا لفي خلق جديد بل هم بلقاء ربهم كافرون.
But they say, when we have mingled with the earth, shall we be created anew? In fact, they deny the meeting with their Lord.
قل يتوفاكم ملك الموت الذي وكل بكم ثم إلى ربكم ترجعون.
Say, the angel of death appointed over you will take away your soul. Then you will be sent back to your Lord.
ولو ترى إذ المجرمون ناكسوا رؤوسهم عند ربهم ربنا أبصرنا وسمعنا فارجعنا نعمل صالحا إنا موقنون.
If only you could see when the sinners will stand before their Lord, heads hung low, and say, O Lord, we have seen and heard, so send us back. We shall do the right, for we have come to believe with certainty.
ولو شئنا لآتينا كل نفس هداها ولكن حق القول مني لأملأن جهنم من الجنة والناس أجمعين.
Had we intended, we could have given every soul its guidance. But inevitable is my word that I will fill up hell with men and jinns together.
فذوقوا بما نسيتم لقاء يومكم هذا إنا نسيناكم وذوقوا عذاب الخلد بما كنتم تعملون.
So now suffer, as you forgot the meeting of this your day of doom, so have we forgotten you. Now taste the everlasting punishment for your deeds.
إنما يؤمن بآياتنا الذين إذا ذكروا بها خروا سجدا وسبحوا بحمد ربهم وهم لا يستكبرون.
Only they believe in our revelations who, when they are reminded, bow in adoration and give praise to their Lord and do not become arrogant.
تتجافى جنوبهم عن المضاجع يدعون ربهم خوفا وطمعا ومما رزقناهم ينفقون.
Their backs do not rest on their beds, and they pray to their Lord in fear and hope, and spend of what we have given them in charity.
فلا تعلم نفس ما أخفي لهم من قرة أعين جزاء بما كانوا يعملون.
No soul knows what peace and joy lie hidden for them as reward for what they have done.
أفمن كان مؤمنا كمن كان فاسقا لا يستوون.
Is one who is a believer like one who is a transgressor? No, they are not alike.
أما الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم جنات المأوى نزلا بما كانوا يعملون.
As for those who believe and do the right, there are gardens for abode as welcome for what they had done.
وأما الذين فسقوا فمأواهم النار كلما أرادوا أن يخرجوا منها أعيدوا فيها وقيل لهم ذوقوا عذاب النار الذي كنتم به تكذبون.
As for those who disobey, their abode is hell. Whensoever they wish to escape from it, they would be dragged back into it and told, taste the torment of the fire which you used to call a lie.
وَلَنُذِيقَنَّهُم مِّنَ الْعَذَابِ الْأَدْنَىٰ دُونَ الْعَذَابِ الْأَكْبَرِ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْجِعُونَ.
But we shall make them taste the affliction of this world before the greater torment, so that they may retract.
وَمَنْ أَظْلَمُ مِمَّنْ ذُكِّرَ بِآيَاتِ رَبِّهِ ثُمَّ أَعْرَضَ عَنْهَا إِنَّا مِنَ الْمُجْرِمِينَ مُنْتَقِمُونَ.
Who is more wicked than he who is reminded of his Lord's revelations, yet turns away from them? We will surely requite the sinners.
وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا مُوسَى الْكِتَابَ فَلَا تَكُنْ فِي مِرْيَةٍ مِّن لِقَائِهِ وَجَعَلْنَاهُ هُدًى لِبَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ.
Certainly we gave Moses the book, declaring, do not be in doubt about the encounter with him. And we made it a source of guidance for the children of Israel.
وَجَعَلْنَا مِنْهُمْ أَئِمَّةً يَهْدُونَ بِأَمْرِنَا لَمَّا صَبَرُوا وَكَانُوا بِآيَاتِنَا يُوقِنُونَ.
When they persevered and firmly believed our revelations, we appointed learned men among them who guided them by our command.
إِنَّ رَبَّكَ هُوَ يَفْصِلُ بَيْنَهُمْ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ فِيمَا كَانُوا فِيهِ يَخْتَلِفُونَ.
Surely your Lord will decide between them about what they were at variance on the day of resurrection.
أَوَلَمْ يَهْدِ لَهُمْ كَمْ أَهْلَكْنَا مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ مِنَ الْقُرُونِ يَمْشُونَ فِي مَسَاكِنِهِمْ إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ أَفَلَا يَسْمَعُونَ.
Did they not find guidance in the many generations we had destroyed before them, over whose dwellings they now walk? There were indeed signs in this. Will they even then not listen?
أَوَلَمْ يَرَوْا أَنَّا نَسُوقُ الْمَاءَ إِلَى الْأَرْضِ الْجُرُزِ فَنُخْرِجُ بِهِ زَرْعًا تَأْكُلُ مِنْهُ أَنْعَامُهُمْ وَأَنْفُسُهُمْ أَفَلَا يُبْصِرُونَ.
Do they not see that we drive the rain towards a land that is dry, then grow grain from it which their cattle and they themselves eat? Will they not see even then?
ويقولون متى هذا الفتح إن كنتم صادقين.
Yet they say, when will this decree come if you speak the truth?
قل يوم الفتح لا ينفع الذين كفروا إيمانهم ولا هم ينظرون.
Say, of no use will be the acceptance of belief to unbelievers on the day of decision, nor will they be granted respite.
فأعرض عنهم وانتظر إنهم منتظرون.
Therefore, turn away from them and wait as they are waiting.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of Allah, most benevolent, ever merciful.
يا أيها النبي اتق الله ولا تطع الكافرين والمنافقين إن الله كان عليما حكيما.
O Prophet, fear God and do not follow the unbelievers and the hypocrites. Verily God is all-knowing and all-wise.
واتبع ما يوحى إليك من ربك إن الله كان بما تعملون خبيرا.
Follow what is revealed to you by your Lord. Verily God is all-knowing and all-wise.
وتوكل على الله وكفى بالله وكيلا.
Trust in God. God is sufficient as guardian.
ما جعل الله لرجل من قلبين في جوفه وما جعل أزواجكم اللائي تظاهرون منهن أمهاتكم وما جعل أدعياءكم أبناءكم ذلكم قولكم بأفواهكم والله يقول الحق وهو يهدي السبيل.
God has not provided two hearts in the breast of a man, nor made your wives, whom you pronounce mothers, in order to divorce them, your real mothers, nor has he made your adopted sons your real sons. This is only what your lips pronounce. God says what is just and shows the right way.
ادعوهم لآبائهم هو أقسط عند الله فإن لم تعلموا آباءهم فإخوانكم في الدين ومواليكم وليس عليكم جناح فيما أخطأتم به ولكن ما تعمدت قلوبكم وكان الله غفورا رحيما.
Call them by the names of their fathers. This is the right course in the sight of God. If you do not know their fathers, they are then your brothers in religion and your friends. It will not be a sin if you make a mistake, unless you do so intentionally, for God is forgiving and kind.
النبي أولى بالمؤمنين من أنفسهم وأزواجه أمهاتهم وأولو الأرحام بعضهم أولى ببعض في كتاب الله من المؤمنين والمهاجرين إلا أن تفعلوا إلى أوليائكم معروفا كان ذلك في الكتاب مسطورا.
The Prophet is closer to the faithful than they are themselves, and his wives are as their mothers. Yet blood relations are closer to one another according to God's decree, more than other believers and the emigrants who left their homes in the cause of God. But you should be kind to your friends. This is inscribed in the book of decrees.
وَإِذْ أَخَذْنَا مِنَ النَّبِيِّينَ مِيثَاقَهُمْ وَمِنكَ وَمِن نُوحٍ وَإِبْرَاهِيمَ وَمُوسَى وَعِيسَى ابْنِ مَرْيَمَ وَأَخَذْنَا مِنْهُم مِيثَاقًا غَلِيظًا.
When we made the covenant with the prophets, and with you, as with Noah and Abraham, Moses and Jesus son of Mary, a binding covenant.
لِيَسْأَلَ الصَّادِقِينَ عَنْ صِدْقِهِمْ وَأَعَدَّ لِلْكَافِرِينَ عَذَابًا أَلِيمًا.
It was so that God may ask the truthful of their sincerity. As for the infidels, He has prepared a painful punishment for them.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا اذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إذ جاءتكم جنود فأرسلنا عليهم ريحا وجنودا لم تروها وكان الله بما تعملون بصيرا.
O you who believe, remember the favors of God to you when an army came against you, and we sent a wind against them, and forces that you did not see. But God sees all that you do.
إذ جاءوكم من فوقكم ومن أسفل منكم وإذ زاغت الأبصار وبلغت القلوب الحناجر وتظنون بالله الظنونا.
When they came upon you from above and below you, when the eyes were stupefied with horror and hearts jumped to the throats, and you made wild suppositions about God.
هنالك ابتلي المؤمنون وزلزلوا زلزالا شديدا.
The faithful were sorely tried there and were shaken completely.
وَإِذْ يَقُولُ الْمُنَافِقُونَ وَالَّذِينَ فِي قُلُوبِهِم مَّرَضٌ مَّا وَعَدَنَا اللَّهُ وَرَسُولُهُ إِلَّا غُرُورًا.
When the hypocrites and those who were filled with doubt said, the promise of God and His apostle was nothing but deceit.
وَإِذْ قَالَت طَّائِفَةٌ منهم يا أهل يثرب لا مقام لكم فارجعوا ويستأذن فريق منهم النبي يقولون إن بيوتنا عورة وما هي بعورة إن يريدون إلا فرارا.
When a section of them said, O people of Yathrib, there is no place for you here, turn back. And a section of them asked leave of the Prophet, saying, our homes lie exposed. While they were not exposed, their only intention was to run away.
ولو دخلت عليهم من أقطارها ثم سئلوا الفتنة لآتوها وما تلبثوا بها إلا يسيرا.
If the enemy had entered the city from every side and asked them to rise in revolt, they would have done so and not hesitated but a little.
ولقد كانوا عاهدوا الله من قبل لا يولون الأدبار وكان عهد الله مسؤولا.
Whereas earlier they made a promise to God that they would never turn their backs, and a promise made to God is answerable.
قل لن ينفعكم الفرار إن فررتم من الموت أو القتل وإذا لا تمتعون إلا قليلا.
Say, of no gain will be your running away if you run from death or being killed. Even then you will enjoy the good things of life, but only for a while.
قل من ذا الذي يعصمكم من الله إن أراد بكم سوءا أو أراد بكم رحمة ولا يجدون لهم من دون الله وليا ولا نصيرا.
Say, who will save you from God if He decide to afflict you or show you His mercy? They will never find a friend or helper apart from God.
قد يعلم الله المعوقين منكم والقائلين لإخوانهم هلم إلينا ولا يأتون البأس إلا قليلا.
Surely God knows who among you obstruct, and those who say to their brethren, "Come to us," and go to battle but seldom.
أشحة عليكم فإذا جاء الخوف رأيتهم ينظرون إليك تدور أعينهم كالذي يغشى عليه من الموت فإذا ذهب الخوف سلقوكم بألسنة حداد أشحة على الخير أولئك لم يؤمنوا فأحبط الله أعمالهم وكان ذلك على الله يسيرا.
Being chary of helping you, but when danger appears you will find them looking at you with eyes turning like a man's in the swoon of death. Yet when the danger is past they lash you with sharp tongues, covetous of the best of booty. Such as these have not come to belief. So God nullifies whatever they have done. This is how the innate law of God works inevitably.
يحسبون الأحزاب لم يذهبوا وإن يأتي الأحزاب يودوا لو أنهم بادون في الأعراب يسألون عن أنبائكم ولو كانوا فيكم ما قاتلوا إلا قليلا.
They think the allied tribes have not withdrawn, and if the allied tribes had advanced they would have wished that they were rather with the Arabs of the desert asking news of you. And had they been among you they would have fought but just a little.
لقد كان لكم في رسول الله أسوة حسنة لمن كان يرجو الله واليوم الآخر وذكر الله كثيرا.
You have indeed a noble paradigm in the Apostle of God for him who fears God and the day of resurrection and remembers God frequently.
ولما رأى المؤمنون الأحزاب قالوا هذا ما وعدنا الله ورسوله وصدق الله ورسوله وما زادهم إلا إيمانا وتسليما.
When the faithful saw the armies of the allied tribes, they said, "This is what God and His Apostle had promised us, and God and His Apostle say the truth," and this enhanced their faith and obedience.
من المؤمنين رجال صدقوا ما عاهدوا الله عليه فمنهم من قضى نحبه ومنهم من ينتظر وما بدلوا تبديلا.
There are men among the faithful who have been true to the covenant they have made with God, and some of them fulfilled their vows by dying in His cause, and some still wait, prepared for death, and stand firm.
ليجزي الله الصادقين بصدقهم ويعذب المنافقين إن شاء أو يتوب عليهم إن الله كان غفورا رحيما.
That God may recompense the truthful for their truthfulness, and punish the hypocrites or relent towards them, as He will. God is surely forgiving and kind.
ورد الله الذين كفروا بغيظهم لم ينالوا خيرا وكفى الله المؤمنين القتال وكان الله قويا عزيزا.
God drove the unbelievers back in their fury, and they gained no advantage. God was sufficient to help the believers in the battle. God is all-powerful and almighty.
وأنزل الذين ظاهروهم من أهل الكتاب من صياصيهم وقذف في قلوبهم الرعب فريقا تقتلون وتأسرون فريقا.
He made those of the people of the book who had helped the tribes descend from their forts and filled their hearts with dread, so that you killed some and made many captive.
وأورثكم أرضهم وديارهم وأموالهم وأرضا لم تطئوها وكان الله على كل شيء قديرا.
And made you inherit their lands and mansions and wealth, and a country you had not traversed before. For God has power over everything.
يا أيها النبي قل لأزواجك إن كنتن تردن الحياة الدنيا وزينتها فتعالين أمتعكن وأسرحكن سراحا جميلا.
O Prophet, say to your wives, in case you desire the life and pomp of this world, come, I will provide you handsomely and let you go with a grace.
وإن كنتن تردن الله ورسوله والدار الآخرة فإن الله أعد للمحسنات منكن أجرا عظيما.
But if you desire God, His apostle, and the joys of life to come, then God has verily set apart for those of you who are good a great reward.
يا نساء النبي من يأت منكن بفاحشة مبينة يضاعف لها العذاب ضعفين وكان ذلك على الله يسيرا.
O wives of the Prophet, whosoever of you commits an act of clear shamelessness, her punishment will be doubled. This is how the innate law of God works inevitably.
صدق الله العلي العظيم.